thinking about what we've been seeing this year. This has been one of the worst years collectively for the human race ever. And yet, I'm watching digital marketers, Trafficking Conversion, and they have got the most amazing setup. I've seen this with some other live events that have gone virtual as well, but I'm so impressed with what they're doing. They have 2 walls of concave monitors. I don't know how tall and how wide. It's a wall of monitors that are showing people in their Zoom room. So when the speaker comes out and stands on stage and starts to speak to the crowd, they have an actual crowd, a live audience that they're getting to speak to. And as one of the speakers said, I think it was Ryan Dice, he could actually see the audience better than he can see them in a live event because he doesn't have the lights in his face. He can actually see their smiling faces and see their engagement as he's speaking. And I think what an amazing way to overcome a massive problem. Trafficking conversion was supposed to happen last spring. And of course, the pandemic hit and it called off very wisely. I approve. But the year's coming to an end, nothing's resolved. And they realized we got to figure out a way to do this. This is what I want to talk about today. I am so impressed whenever I see humans overcoming something that they care about. I think too often we run up against brick walls and we think, oh, woe is me. We're stuck. We can't do what we want to do. And we just go curl up in the corner and eat worms or whatever. It's so defeatist. But when we really, really care about something, we step up. We don't accept defeat. We figure out a way around that brick wall because there's always a door. There's always a way around if we will push just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm always just kind of so amazed at the ingenuity, the creativity, the ability to come up with a solution when we really care. So here we are. We're at the end of 2020. We're looking at the new year thinking, oh, it's got to be better, but really nothing's changed. So how are we going to manage 2021? More the same. Yes, there's hope because we've got vaccines coming online. Hopefully we can get this under control. But the truth of the matter is, it's still going on. Nothing much has changed for our daily life, which means we're coming up at a period where we're actually at the first of the year knowing what's coming. The way you set your goals matters. The way you plan matters probably more than ever. We were sideswiped last year. I had just finished my campaign, my strategy for content as sales hacker when the pandemic hit. And all of a sudden, the entire strategy went out the window. I had to scramble to regroup. I was rewriting content, throwing things out of the calendar, trying to bring new types of content in because all of a sudden, what my audience cared about was just a little bit different. They didn't care about selling for an entire month. They cared about how do I do my job from home? How do I manage this? That changed everything for me for at least a month. And of course, then little by little, we started talking about more normal things. But that's the point. That total shift threw my entire strategy out the window. And many of the goals that I set for myself, I wasn't able to even tackle. Even before I left Sales Hacker to start my own agency again, I had to throw a lot of those ideas out the window. So here we are. We're coming into 2021. We know what we're facing. There's no sideswiping on this one. So it's time to pull out all that human ingenuity, all your creativity, and come up with a brand new type of strategy for your new year. It's time to come up with some solutions that you love. Oh dear, I just realized my microphone is way over there. I hope you've been able to hear me. It's time for us to solve these kinds of problems. But it all starts with the right goals that you set for yourself. So you have half a chance. So right after the new year, I'm going to be putting on some workshops about about setting goals for the new year and making sure that you've got goals that are achievable and figuring out how to work towards them, how to set your priorities so they actually happen. But for that to happen, you need to be on my list. So if you get a chance, go to CatherineAragon.com and subscribe. You will get updated that way. But in the meantime, be thinking about, what are the brick walls you're running into? What do you want to achieve? And what would it take to get over them? Because honestly, it's the way you set the goals and it's the way you set your priorities that makes all the difference in the world. If you aren't clear about where you're headed, you'll never get there. So start with that. What do you want to achieve in 2021? And what's it going to take to get you there? Talk later and stay awesome.